Hello, everybody. My name is Chris Wood. I live in Kingston, Ontario now, from Napanee, and I am a almost 5 year revenge retaliation victim of Lennox and Addington, Ontario provincial police. Back in 2019, of August of 2019, I was speaking of O.P.P crimes, and as a result, in August of 2019, before ex-O.P.P chief or commander left Napanee, he drove by in a white Jeep Wrangler at my previous address on Center Street here in Napanee, Ontario. And him in a black truck at the corner of Center and Bridge Street. They pointed something at me. They shot me with something. It went into my right ear. I started having problems. I went to the hospital. I got CAT scans done. I was pretty much medically blacklisted after that. Lies, cover-ups, file falsifications, treatment refusals, discriminations, cover-ups, kidnapping, sex assault, blood and piss stealing, stalking, and full physical identity theft, and changes that have been happening to me with proof since this happened. I am the victim of identity theft. I am the victim of human trafficking through Lennox and Addington, Ontario provincial police. They are drug traffickers. They are human traffickers, sex slave traffickers. They're harboring inmates. A guy named Bill Woldridge, who goes by the name of also Robert Cross, James Bubbles, possibly Stephen Mabin. He lives at 149 Center Street North in Napanee, highly psychotic, highly delusional. He is the boss to O.P.P. O.P.P are committing identity thefts with wanted harbored inmates and causing identity thefts with them to traffic them, to frame them, and to have them murdered. I've been going through this since 2019, and there is nothing I can do about it. I have been full physical changed. My skull's been split. My brain has been seriously injured, lung and kidney damages. I have been falsely charged for naming doctors that are guilty of aiding and accessories, criminal accessories to O.P.P crimes and cover-ups. And as a result, the day I went to get private prosecution on even the justice of the peace, who is possibly involved with the human trafficking, sex slavery trafficking, to get private prosecution on police, doctors, and her and others, it was done to me in an attempt to cover their crimes, in an attempt to criminalize me. Lies against me about having long criminal record and history, not true in any way, shape, or form. Lies about being suicidal self-harmer, not true in any way, shape, or form. This is how they're committing their crimes, using their badges, positions, their lies, false guise of law to get away with what they're getting away with. They're causing homelessness to be above suspicion. I was living here in Napanee, where I am now at a motel for the next couple of days, but I am actually homeless in Kingston, Ontario, because of these pieces of shit. While this is taking place, while I am being fucking stalked by pieces of shit gang stalkers that they have in Kingston, Ontario, O.P.P are putting prisoner tracking on their victims, their slave traffic victims, while they are doing this in hopes to fuck them over through other police. Kingston is also involved through O.P.P. Spencer Mills 14716, whether in Napanee or transferred or not, is still involved and guilty of murder and attempted murder with intent to commit. Spencer Mills 14716, ex-chief or commander, year 2019. Like I said, drove a white Jeep Wrangler. Staff sergeants, years 2019, 2021, sodomy, sex assault, and kidnapping, blood and piss stealing with one Shelley Hafner or Huffner. That was done in an attempt to shut me up, in an attempt to get me kept, in an attempt to discredit me so they could get away with what they are getting away with. I am also the end of my bloodline as well, but there is also Shelley Hafner. There is Stacy, a mental health worker, was Napanee Daily Tea Company. And now Kingston, she left to further distance herself in hopes of deniability of her involvement in her crimes. There is Shannon Cork. There is Robert Lucas, who is an ex-O.P.P. There is a cop named Weiss, who is an ex-O.P.P., Dave Weiss. There is one drug cop, Robert Kane, 7224. They are also guilty of drug trafficking, drug lacing, with the one I said, Bill Woldridge, that has all the aliases from 149 Center Street North, now bald glasses, frequents a place called The Loaf and Coffee, downtown Napanee. There's Blair Frederick Hardy, who is a drug trafficker with and for Robert Kane, Ontario Provincial Police. Possible meth lab in Tweed, Ontario. There was one Tyler Teabag Tube Steak Lake. He is approximately 25 to 30 years old. He is a meth dealer and a meth-fed piece of shit from Robert Kane, who is also guilty of injuring and murdering my dog in March of 2023. There is a Ray LeBlanc, lives behind a pizza shop in Napanee, Ontario, on the corner of Center and Dundas. He has a pit bull. He is also guilty of attempted murder, drug trafficking for Robert Kane with Tyler Teabag Lake. There is a Jay Gimpy two-step Vinalstein. These are drug-fed, money-paid pieces of shit. They are untouchable, unarrestable without $22,000. This is the O.P.P in Napanee. They're highly psychotic. They are highly fucking dangerous. I've been surrounded, hands on guns, even to prevent me from getting arrested and charging on cops. I've been trying for the last 4 years. My legal rights, medical rights, human rights have all been taken while this is happening to me. While I am being stalked and being blamed through the police and doctors for the crimes that they are doing to me, which is medically provable. Lung damage, kidney damage. I have complete total hypoxia, brain hypoxia on a daily basis to numb me down. And I cannot go to a hospital. There's nothing I can do about this. Because the lies against me about being suicidal self-harmer, long criminal record in history, none of it is true. Long psychological record in history, none of it is true. This is why the police are doing this. This is how they're getting away with it on the poor, homeless, elderly, disabled, families of murdered and missing. I would seriously check into Ontario Provincial Police, especially anybody around Lennox and Addington, LNA, O.P.P, because they are very seriously dangerous here. In the meantime, I'm 51 years old and I'm going through this in an attempt to frame me, in an attempt to fuck me over while they are sitting on the O.P.P or sitting on their asses, of course. So if anything further happens to me, the police named need to be arrested and criminally felony charged with murder. They're also guilty of having my mother killed in December of 2020. Blair Hardy and Jason Vinalstein are also guilty of being involved with the murder of a Jack Clark in September of 2021. They're guilty of financial thefts and frauds, identity thefts and frauds, welfare, disability, pension thefts and frauds. This is how O.P.P are making their money, along with the drug trafficking, the drug lacing, the forced suicides that they are committing, causing homelessness to get away with it. This is why they're doing it to the poor, homeless, elderly, disabled, because they know once they cast their lies using their badges and positions, their victims are fucked. Spencer Mills is a serial killer piece of shit. The ex-O.P.P chief is very seriously dangerous. They're committing sex assaults and have doctors that laugh in their victims' faces thinking that it's a big joke, and then turning around and having their victims charged for naming names of criminal doctors and the crimes that they're committing. I'm not saying whom or where or mentioning any hospitals, but it's even a CEO that's involved with aiding and co-committing in Ontario Provincial Police murders, identity thefts, and other crimes. A patient relations, a CEO, and doctors who are aiding them. On the end of my bloodline as well. So I just got to say congratulations after almost 5 years. You did another one, Ontario Provincial Police. You did another one, Spencer Mills, Shannon Cork, Robert Kane, Robert Lucas, Stacy, the mental health workers, Shelley Hafner or Huffner. Using pieces of shit junkies, inmates that you're harboring, and lowlives while you're buying time, stalking your victims, having them medically blacklisted and falsely charged to fuck them over, and then having them kicked out of the town that they live in. I was kicked out of Napanee to Kingston, so I would not have to go to the hospital. I now need a doctor's note to get medical help. So they get away with this. I cannot go to Kingston, any hospital in Kingston. I cannot go to any hospitals in Belleville because they've all pretty much said, I seen your file, I seen your file, I seen your falsified file. I have it in writing where KGH has actually referred to me as being delusional, hallucinating retard over my identity theft and over my identity changes, which I have shown and proven. So who's the delusional, hallucinating retard now? Doctors who think that they're above the law. They need human rights violations. They need legal and criminal felony charging. Luckily, cops and doctors cannot be charged or arrested, especially in Napanee or fucking Kingston. Billy Wooldridge, or the one known as Bill Wooldridge, is a highly psychotic, delusional piece of shit. He thinks he's me, thinks that he's Harry Potter, believes that we were switched at birth. Dale Hartwick aiding O.P.P for drop charges for a stabbing he committed. A one Ray LeBlanc, Blair Hardy, Bill Wooldridge, Tyler Lake, Jason Van Alstyne. And in Kingston, they are also using gang stalkers, a guy named Vernon, who walks around blessing everything, including sidewalks. He's a sex offender. There's a guy named Brandon, who is a ex-inmate for robbery, I believe it was, or drug trafficking or something. They're using these bastards to commit these crimes with them, even in Kingston. And this is not with any paranoia or any kind of mental delusion or hallucination on my fucking part. I have shown and proven everything that's happened to me. So I hope this is seen. I hope this is shared. I hope you hit the like and subscribe. This needs to be getting out because Ontario Provincial Police, Lennox and Addington, and the police named, congratulations, you are murdering low-life pieces of shit, and everything to me can be proven. I am at the Royal Motel in Napanee till Saturday. Then I am back to Kingston to the shelter. So if anything happens to me in any way, shape, or form, it will be to prove to shut me up and to get away with this because of me wanting criminal and civil lawsuits and cops and doctors and their low-life pieces of shit arrested. Luckily, I don't have $22,000 fucking dollars. I used to have a pretty high IQ too, and because of what's been happening to me, I'm pretty much being turned into a fucking vegetable. My full right side of my head feels like it's getting air pumped through it right now. Jason Van Alstyne, Tyler T. Bag Lake, Blair Frederick Hardy, the one known as Bill Wooldridge, Ray LeBlanc, Dale Hartwick, Tony Hearns, you are all nothing but filth fucking garbage who are O.P.P little bitches and pieces of shit who you are committing drug trafficking, drug lacing, and getting out of drop charges for aiding in these fuckers while sitting back and laughing. When all of this could be proven, I share DNA with these bastards, and it could be 100% proven too if they were arrested. Love all, hate none. Please share this and take it serious because these cops named are guilty of murder in one way or another. I will see you in prison. and every last one of you bastards will answer for what you did, including the doctors who are involved who think that they are above the law with the police. And these bastards, inmate junkies that cannot be touched because they can implicate the cops and everyone involved in their crimes. Simple as that.